everybody. This is a Lamley showcase. The set looks empty, doesn't it? Nothing here, and if you look to the very back, nothing in that bottom row. It is time to fill it up. I like to stay in order of premium releases, the premium licensed releases, and if you look up on this small little carny display, I'm actually thinking about upgrading it to a larger one, like the ones I have in the rest of my office. But you can see I had to take the top row down. It's going to move over to the wall display over to this side and shifted everything up. The next one to go already, it seems like it just came out as the Fast and Furious off-road set. That'll go to the wall eventually, but we've got that bottom row to fill. You can see what got extracted. That was Street Tuner. Such a cool set too. That seems like it hasn't been out that long. That's going to the wall after this video. But what are we going to fill it up with? Well, you know, because you've already seen the title of the video, of course, but we're talking door slammers. This is the latest mix, the first mix of 2020 from the very popular Hot Wheels car culture line. I am still in love with car culture. I think it is the best set, the best line that Hot Wheels has ever done. And I am going to preview it for you right now. Mattel sent this set to me so I can showcase it for you. Look for it in stores soon, maybe by the end of the year. Definitely the beginning of the year. It should be out late December, early January, depending on where you are. Who knows? Someone might find it tomorrow in like Australia or something. But we're going to open up these models. We're going to have a look at them. And then they're going to go on the back wall. It's time to showcase them. We will start with the first car. I've actually, if you remember, and we'll get to this one too, I've showcased this one before because the Eibach BMW 2002 with the Eibach logo there on the door, the real car that this is based on was actually featured at SEMA, and we did a video with the folks over at Eibach. They were awesome enough to do that. So we did that showcase, so we'll just skip through that one. We'll definitely look at it, but we'll pass through it very quickly. Here you go. If you actually look at the card, you only see the Car Culture logo. You see, obviously, the Hot Wheels Premium logo, but there's nothing else that says Door Slammers on it. But why would there need to be? You've got a fantastic art, card art, done by, of course, Giulia Coils. And you can see that he does this occasionally, where he takes essentially a scene and then starts hitting all these different angles. So if you look, you'll see that there's other cars in the background that are part of this set. And if you look at all the different art, you'll see that it's the same race, same positioning, I think, just different angles, like different photographers getting this. But this is done as a painting. It looks fantastic. You want to look for door slammers, you got to look on the back. There it is right there. Door slammers refers to how most race cars don't have doors. These do. So it's that class of racer. Kind of based on these. In this case, these are the smaller cars, smaller engines. Here are the 5. You want to look for this. I always like to show it to you when I can. That is what you need to. That's the card information. A bunch of mumbo jumbo. That's the look. Just take a look at the Door Slammers logo because you're not going to see it on the front. But I do like that CC. I wonder if we're going to start seeing that for car culture. That's kind of cool. I assume that's what it's for. All right. First one is the 71 Porsche 911. You'll recognize this deco for 2 reasons. Number one, if you're a Hot Wheels collector, you've seen this deco on a basic Porsche before, like 2 years ago. But more importantly, if you know who Magnus Walker is, and if you're a Hot Wheels collector at this point, you probably should. If you're a car aficionado and a Porsche aficionado, you definitely know. So this one is replicated like Magnus's actual Porsche. He's got several Porsches, but this one, the number 277, is one that he has seen a lot. Urban Outlaw deco all over it. You can see all of the, I think most of the logos that they've replicated on the car, actually on the real car as well. You got Momo on the hood. Rims look nice. This casting is not the basic. This has been seen, I believe, twice in car culture. I know there's the Modern Classics in black, which is fantastic, and there's one right before it. Actually, I think there was the one before it was actually done in a Magnus Walker deco as well. So that is the Porsche 911, 71 Porsche 911. Looks really good. Such a really cool casting. Done in the probably this is the most accurate Magnus replica we've got, because considering it is premium, but we've seen his deco all over the place. All right, next one. There are 2 that, since I've looked at this, that I can't tell you which one I like the best, but if I had to guess, it might be this one. It's the Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTA. This casting has been just a treasure since it was released in entertainment, right? Part of, was it Gran Turismo or Forza? I can't remember. But we've seen it in car culture a couple of times since. But, well, let's look at the artwork first. There is Julian's art. You can see a little piece of the Datsun there in the background. I don't see much else. Is the Datsun in last place? No. BMW's behind that. Maybe the Escort's in last place. Maybe this is done in order. Yeah, it is done in order from 1 to 5. All right, sorry. Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint GTA. This, to me, we talked about this one with Jimmy on when we did the premium video, the preview from the convention. I've liked all the versions. This one, though, with that front yellow, that very accurate kind of vintage racing front yellow front of the Alfa Romeo. The headlights, the taillights, just that. Now this one, we've seen Matchbox do the stock version of the Giulia, and there's different Giulias. There's like little details, little subtle details between them, but this one is definitely done racing. Bumpers are gone, everything else, and this one to me is the most, like in terms of deco and everything else, the best looking, and I am just in love with it. Just in love with it. I just think it is fantastic. All right, number 3. 71 Datsun 510. Let's look at Julian's artwork. Porsche, Alfa, there's the Datsun behind it. And I know, I say 71 Datsun 510, there's going to be a group of you that's going to be like, overkill! Why do we have to see another Datsun 510? We've seen it in all kinds of premium. It's been in RLC several times. We're going to see it again in 2020 in the RLC. We've seen it in car culture a ton. It's been in team transport. Look, it's a popular casting. It anchors these kind of sets. People will complain all the way to the store and gobble every single one of them up. And I have to say, this is the most unique, I think, of the decos that we've seen. We've seen a lot of BRE or BRE inspired on the Datsun 510. This one, done in this different kind of racing deco, is just off the charts awesome. Love the green and red combination. Love the way the numbering is done. The font used for the number 71. Obviously details on the front and the rear. You can see a little Datsun logo on the front grille. I just think that, the other thing, it's a Datsun 510, which is already popular, and those wheels, if I know customizers, I know that they're going to be trying to get to those wheels as much as they can, those white rims, because they are pretty darn cool. All right, that is the Datsun 510. I think that's going to be a real popular one, no matter how much people complain about overkill. Next one, like I said, the BMW 2002. There is the artwork. We have seen this one as part of when it was launched at IBOC. Really cool for them to be giving those away at the show, but if you did miss out when you're at SEMA, or most of you weren't at SEMA, obviously it's going to be released. There was no difference between the SEMA car and this one. It's the actual release, and so you're going to see that one in stores as part of the Door Slammers set. And in context with the rest of the set, it fits perfectly with the Alfa, with the Datsun. I mean, you could see these cars all racing together for obvious reasons. That's why they're themed together. That's why they're mixed together. But I love that BMW racing striping on it. It's the 2002 has never looked better, in my opinion, as a premium model, and really, really happy to see it. All right, the final one. I think you'll like this one too. Fits totally. And 70 Ford Escort RS 1600. Typically, if we see a new casting in a car culture mix, they'll reserve the new casting for the final slot or slots, depending on how many new castings there are. No new castings in this set. So the Escort gets the number 5 of 5. And this one, another great racing deco. There is Julian's art. Now we take a look at the car itself. One thing that I love about this, and there's so many good details. We've seen so much Fast and Furious of this casting, and I think a lot of people like it, and it's really nice to see it in car culture. I just like seeing the name Jones on this car. More than anything else, as good looking as it is, you need to know the name Mark Jones, because if you like these castings that are shown here in this set or any of the car culture set, there's a good chance, a very good chance, that Mark Jones designed that car. Think about the hard body, the Nissan hard body, the VW Bug, All the models from Japan Historics. He worked with June, I think, on some of them, but a lot of them he's done himself. If it's a premium new casting, and there are a ton of them, Mark Jones most likely did it. He'll bring in some other designers who are passionate about specific cars, but Mark oversees this, and he's done a phenomenal job on these premium castings. And that Escort is one of them, and I love to see his name on that car. So, very much worth it. There you go. Time to put these cars on the wall display. Time to wait for them to come into stores very soon. It should be soon. Go ahead and go get that Cruisin' Boulevard set of 2000, last one of 2019, and look for this one very soon, along with Team Transport and everything else that's coming out. I still have a lot more to show for you guys, so we'll get to that as we go. Thanks for watching. Bye.